Hello everybody, it's Bill Stack College Football Guy here with another video. Yeah, the stories of week 13. Man, this season flying by, isn't it? And this week, you saw, if you looked at the two polls I had, we're getting in that part of the year where schools are playing, the power schools are getting those G5 matchups, so finding good matchups is a little harder to do. We got some games here, got some interesting spots here. I mean, there's some rivalry games, like rivalry week is really going to be crazy. But some games in here that have some importance. Like, one of them is you kind of look at them and just laugh a little bit. Like, Florida State and NC State. Beginning of the year, would Florida State be battling for a spot in the ACC championship game? Now they're both 5-5 and battling to be bowl eligible. Florida State's a 5.5-point road favorite. It'd be interesting to see how that one goes. Missouri and Oklahoma. This is an important game for Oklahoma. They're right in the middle of the SEC championship picture, and also have two losses. That third loss, they could still, unless they win the SEC championship, they're probably not making the CFP. So they need that win badly, for both reasons. Missouri gets to play spoiler, and Eli Drinkwitz loves doing that. Oklahoma is at home in Norman, and they're a 7.5-point favorite. So we're gonna see how that goes. Minnesota at Northwestern. Minnesota is actually, they're already bowl eligible. They've gotten stuff going. They're building and building and building to see what they got. And I think they're building towards next year. They're already thinking that way and keeping the positive momentum and building toward next year. And I like what I'm seeing. Northwestern, as crazy as it sounds, folks, in that little rinky-dink little stadium they're one win away from being bowl eligible. They're one win away from being bowl eligible. So that's a big, huge thing for them. They're 3.5-point home favorites. Can they pull it off? Before I got asked, somebody asked me this, where are you doing your video from? You didn't tell them the last couple. Okay. I'm here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Right now, just chilling, waiting on my next one. It's early in the morning. It's been overcast for a while, so it's kind of hard to tell what time of day it is. But anywho, interesting to see what Northwestern does. Next up, we got Louisville and SMU. Louisville was, people thought they were going to have a shot at the ACC championship game. We got 3 losses. They're out of it. SMU, though, is right in the middle of it. They're at home. They need this win to keep pace with Georgia Tech, get in that position. They cannot afford to lose this game. Louisville's now in the position of being spoiler. Can they travel to Dallas, where SMU's a 2.5-point home favorite? Can they play spoiler and hurt their chances at the ACC championship? We're going to see. Washington State at James Madison. This is an interesting one because James Madison right now wasn't thought of at one point, but now I think they're probably in the driver's seat for getting the G5, or not G5, excuse me, the 5th playoff spot. Because if the ACC keeps going badly and the American and Sun Belt keep moving up, there's a possibility that one of the A4 might not make it, and maybe 2 G5 conferences making it in. So, but they're trying to battle for that 5th playoff spot, the auto berth, and for the 5S conference champions. They're in a great position right now. They want to keep that going, stay in the Sun Belt championship picture, and just keep on steamrolling to that spot. Washington State, trying to keep things going. They're 1 win away from bowl eligibility. Now they got to go all the way from Pullman, Washington, Harrisonburg, Virginia. That is not a short trip. Can they pull it off? Well, JMU is a 19.5-point home favorite. Not looking too good, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. Next up, we got a game here that I never thought I'd be having on the list. Missouri State at Kennesaw State. Both schools are one game out of the championship picture, but Missouri State is ineligible for the postseason. They're trying to appeal to get a bowl eligible, but they're ineligible for the conference championship. That's not going to be overturned. They're one game out of the championship race, and if they finish with the best record, they're ineligible. Kind of like what James Madison was a few years ago. They ended up being, I think they filed a waiver that year or the next year, became bowl eligible early. So Missouri State essentially is playing are one of the 4 best teams in the conference and playing spoiler. That's a scary proposition. Kennesaw State, a team who has been the doormat of Conference USA since they've come in, has been absolutely incredible. Moving this stuff out the way. Got stuff all over the place here. But Kennesaw State team that's been bad, is right in the middle of the Conference USA Championship picture. They, with a win, can keep pace and stay in it. Can they? They're a 6.5-point home favorite. It's interesting to see how this goes. I got another game here that's on here. East Carolina at UTSA. East Carolina is right in the middle of the title picture of the American. Nobody talks about them. It's like we did our G5 FCS Pac-2 draft. We'll put a G5 draft. And remember, Steve asked me why I picked East Carolina or Appalachian State. They're not the flashy name. They're not the sexy name. They're not the name. All they do is beat people. All they do is win. They're not flashy. They're not fancy. They just beat you. They get it done. And once again, they're beating people and staying in the championship picture like they've been doing. That's what East Carolina does. So, they're in the picture here. UTSA is out of the picture. They're one win away from bowl eligibility. And East Carolina, they are a 2.5-point road favorite, but UTSA has never lost an American, since joining the American. They have not lost a conference championship game since they joined the conference at home. No conference game at home in the American has UTSA lost. 0. Tulane went in and found that out. Is East Carolina going to fall victim of the same thing? And UTSA is going to play spoiler and knock East Carolina out of the championship picture, keep their undefeated record at home in conference play all time, and get bowl eligible in the same game. It's going to be interesting. TCU at Houston. Houston still in the Big 12 title picture, on the outside looking in, but they're still in it. They need this win. TCU, Sonny Dykes needs this win to possibly keep his job because they're bowl eligible, but they got to turn this stuff around. So, can TCU get it done on the road to Houston? Houston's a 1.5-point favorite at home. This is a close game. It can go either way. We'll see. Pitt at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is right now in the driver's seat in the ACC championship picture, and the fact is, since they've already played a game, with a win, they lock a spot in. I don't know if they actually have or not. I think they need to, but they beat Pitt, they're in. Pitt is in the championship picture. They need a win to stay in it. If they lose, they're out of the championship game race, based for the ACC championship. So this is basically Georgia Tech's a guaranteed spot, and this is a battle between the two of them. Who's going to get it done? Georgia Tech's a 2.5-point home favorite. Not that much of a favorite. How else is it going to go? We're going to find out. One for me. This is for me. Tennessee at Florida. Tennessee not making the SEC championship game. Not making the college football playoff. Trying to battle to get a good position in a bowl game and to build toward next year. That's all they're trying to do. And to get a monkey off their back. The monkey being Florida. It is a weird situation where Tennessee can have a team 10 times better than Florida and still lose. In Gainesville. At the Swamp. It's just the way it is. Tennessee is a 4.5-point road favorite against a Florida team that's trying to figure out, are they going after Lane Kiffin or what are they doing right now? That's really the front office, but it's distractions for the players and them constantly having to hear it. Can Tennessee finally, Florida going to keep reigning and start holding court home, or is Tennessee going to beat Florida in Gainesville for the first time since 2003? It's been that damn long since the Vols have won in the Swamp. Can they get it done? It's going to be an important game. Now, here's the one I put up on the poll that I thought was the funny bowl. And nobody understood why I put it on there. Western Kentucky at LSU. Western Kentucky is 8-2. In the middle of the Conference USA title race. This game does not affect that. LSU's at home. They're trying to get things going. They're bowl eligible. They do not have a shot at the SEC championship. They're not going to get in that race. But this is simple comedy. LSU trying to woo Lane Kiffin, all the side distractions they got, and Brian Kelly and everything else. How hysterical would it be if the Hilltoppers from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Western Kentucky, rolled into Death Valley and beat LSU at home, and LSU is a 21.5-point home favorite? I'm not saying they're going to do it, but how absolutely hysterical would it be? It could happen. I'm just saying. And that's not a pick, though, but 21.5. I don't know about that one. And Out of the picks, the 3 picks that you guys selected in this, Utah State at Fresno State. 2 future Pac-12 schools. Fresno State in the middle of the championship race to get in the Mountain West Championship game. Utah State's on the outside in playing spoiler right now. Fresno State wants that win to stay in the race, mathematically still have a chance to get in it, to get in the conference championship game. So the question is this: can Fresno State win their 3rd straight against Utah State and keep it going, or is Utah State going to win their first game, eliminate Fresno State from the Mountain West Championship picture, and become bowl eligible all at the same time? Fresno State's at home, so Utah State's on the road. They're only a 2.5-point home favorite, so that's going to be an interesting one here. All right, the 3 games that y'all made your picks on. First one's a Friday nighter. The battle for the Golden Pineapple. The battle of the Ninth Island, bruh. Hawaii at UNLV. I'm telling you, battle of the Ninth Island. Living in Vegas for 40 years. Las Vegas is known as the Ninth Island to Hawaiians, because there were so many nonstop flights on Southwest Airlines from Las Vegas to Honolulu. So many free nonstops. So many not free, but so many nonstop flights, and they were cheap. And Vegas is in the desert, in the middle of nowhere, so it's kind of on an island. It became known as the Ninth Island. I mean, hell, you got L&H. I used to get a lot of Hawaiian barbecue places and businesses that are in Hawaii put businesses in Vegas because there's that many Hawaiians there. And they do bang up business. This is a game, basically, this is an elimination game. In the Mountain West Championship race, they're both, because of procedures and things in here, this is an elimination game for Hawaii and UNLV. The loser of this game is out of the championship picture. Win's still in it. Winner is still in it. Desperately need this game. Both of them. Both want that win. The senior-laden team of Hawaii, which I made at the start of the year, I said I'm going 7-5 at the start of the year. That they were going to be a team that was going to be very, very dangerous. People thought I was crazy. Here they are. Battle for me is simply, can UNLV's defense, which has improved compared to being the doormat they were earlier in the year, they're a little better. Can UNLV's defense improve enough to stop Hawaii's offense? That's going to be the story on this. UNLV is a 2.5-point home favorite. Defense is at home. Hawaii's traveling. They're going to be in this game. They're going to be up for it. But I'm taking the Rebels minus 2.5. I think they're going to just eke this out. They might even go to overtime, win by a field goal, but they're just going to eke this out. USC at Oregon. Both schools on the outside in looking into the Big Ten championship game. They need Ohio State and Indiana to lose. Both schools desperately want to get this win here. It will mean a lot for them. Lincoln Riley beating a top opponent, which he really doesn't do that often since he's been at USC. He needs this win. Dan Lanning and Oregon need this win to keep their shots alive. Both schools do keep their chances. The loser of this game is basically out of the Big Ten championship picture. They're both hanging on by a thread right now. They lose this game, you're out. This is basically an elimination game for the Big Ten championship game. Oregon is a 9.5-point favorite. Can the Oregon offense keep it going? Can USC's defense, which has greatly improved over previous years, be enough to hold the line? No. I just don't see it. I'm taking Oregon in the points. I think they're going to be laid in more than 9.5. And last one you guys picked. BYU on the road at Cincinnati. Cincinnati, BYU, both schools involved. BYU is right now behind Texas Tech because they lost to Texas Tech, but they're tied for first. BYU wants to stay there with Texas Tech to keep their chance in the Big 12 championship game intact. They need this win. Cincinnati is still technically eligible for it, but if they lose this game, they're out. They're out of the championship picture. They have to keep their hopes alive for the Big 12 championship by winning this game. They need this win badly. Can they do it? BYU is a 2.5-point road favorite at Cincinnati, and I think they're going to win and cover the spread. So I'm giving BYU, and I'll lay the 2.5. So we got some interesting games this week. Not really the superstar ones, but we're going to have more games coming up. And you let me know what you... I'm done enough yapping. You can let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. Again, thanks everybody for watching. Do me the favor, smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. Really would appreciate it. Helps YouTube know, hey, we like this video. Comment on it. What do you think about the picks? Any games in there that I didn't mention that you're looking for? Some of these things on here. Again, my picks to recap them. I'm picking UNLV minus 2.5 at home against Hawaii. I'm picking Oregon minus 9.5 at home against USC. And I'm taking BYU minus 2.5 on the road at Cincinnati. Let me know what you think about my picks down in the comments. And if you like the video, check out some of the other ones that I've done. If you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. You know, I'm trying to make the road to 2K, trying to make some magic happen. If you want to follow me on X, the link is in the description. We got more stuff coming. Work is crazy right now. We'll see if I can get a video in tomorrow. I'm going to try, but we're going to see, because depending upon how things going, I honestly don't know. So we'll see. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Everybody's having a great day. Be safe and please be good to each other.